Yo, we are Blasterjaxx.
And you're watching Toasted.
Gentlemen, welcome to Amsterdam Dance Event.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I saw you had a Q&A today. How did that go? Was it fun?
Yeah, it's always fun to do a Q&A, and especially to inspire a lot of upcoming DJs and producers. And I think like right now we had like a really big amount of people in the audience who took like notes and had a lot of good questions afterwards, like quality questions, and that's really important. So yeah, I really love to do that kind of stuff.
Because what sort of questions do you get?
Well, basic questions like what are your future plans, like producing wise questions, like what plugins do you use, and how do you get like famous and stuff? How do you get to the point?
And what's your answer then? Because how do you get famous? Because everybody wants to be famous, I guess.
Well, yeah, it's a hard question. Everybody got his own way to get in there, but at the end it's work, having a little bit of luck, and just go for it.
Well, work, you can say that again. Because I mean, of course, I read into your bio, I read into your history. You basically stopped touring because it was too much, right? I mean, we're journalists, we film musicians all over the world, so we have like maybe 5% of you guys' experience. But geez, it is a tough job.
Yes, it is, and that's why I had to stop.
Yeah, what a good call. Was it difficult for you?
Of course it was difficult. I was walking with that problem for over a year, so I had it in my mind already that I could not keep up, but it was kind of hard for me to tell everybody that I had this problem, They saw I had this problem, but after a year or something...
Because to me, sorry to interrupt you, but to me it sounds like common sense. It's like, hell yeah, of course you're staying home making music. I mean, that's what the Beach Boys did back in the 60s, One guy stayed at home, worked on the music, other guys toured.
Yeah, if it works, it works.
Yeah, it works like a charm. Hey, you guys started a label. And again, I delve into your history. You guys got help from a famous Dutch DJ who also started a label back, 2012, I think. Layback Luke.
Yeah.
Is this one of the reasons that you started your label yourself? Because you wanted to help up-and-coming DJs too?
Well, it's not the main reason. Well, maybe it is actually. No, I'm thinking about it. Yeah, the thing was, we started with a radio show, Mixmash on air, now I think 3 or 4 years back already, and we received so many really good quality demos. And the problem was that like we couldn't release them because we didn't have a label. We could only play and support them, and we are really big fans of playing something between underground and commercial kind of music, but then in the big room genre, in the genre what we are playing. So like when we were receiving so much demos and we couldn't give them like a platform or a spotlight, we were like, hey, listen, we really need to start our own label because we already play the tunes, people enjoy the tunes, so why not like bringing it to a bigger audience, and doing that by a label is a great way.
So anybody with a tune can send in a demo and stands a chance of being signed by you guys?
If you say it like this, yeah, there is a chance for everyone. Yeah, absolutely.
What do you have to bring to the table in order to get signed?
Yeah. Well, first of all, there are two things. one thing is really funny. I will save that for after. The most important is that the tune has quality and is original. And what I mean by that is not like some kid who just started producing and trying to remake. That kind of sound is already out there, or like 100 different copies of that kind of track already. Like it has to be catchy and really get us from the first moment we are listening to it. Because more or less when we're listening to a promo, we don't check the whole track. We skip through, and sometimes 3, 4, 5 seconds. That's all the time we spent on listening to it in the first hand, because you can already hear by the types of leads, the kind of kicks mixed down. Okay, is this worth listening more or not? And that's how it works. Second thing, and that's why I say it's really funny, when the email it doesn't have to be really professional, but for example, if the artist name of a DJ is already something that is so close to a copy of an existing act already, I don't take it seriously, because I think, okay, if this is the level that your artist name is already a very cheap ripoff from something else, like I'm not even gonna take the time to listen to the track, because it's probably gonna be a ripoff as well. Yeah.
Fuck. So actually it is incredibly tough to get signed by anyone, basically.
If you say it like that, it is, yeah.
Because it sounds to me that a lot of people bring a lot of bullshit to the table.
Oh,
apparently, right?
absolutely. Sometimes we get, for example, like you get emails, even on our private email. So they figured out how to get a private email. That's fine. But for example, completely in Spanish or in Russian. Yeah, really, you know, like. With all respect, but like, we're not even gonna check that. You know, I mean, that's not the way how it works. And yeah, also like, okay, I'm a 12-year-old producer and I live here and there, and you know, whole biography is in there. And we don't need that, you know. So it's because you get really picky after receiving so much demos that you don't have much
But I mean,
time.
of course, you guys started yourselves as well. When you weren't famous, I mean, you don't know all this, right? I mean, you have to learn somewhere.
Yeah, well, we have to learn it somewhere. Well, the thing is that for us, the best thing to do was like trying to get in touch with the artists in person, and that's why ADE is really special for us. Like 4 years back, or 5 years, maybe 6 years back already. I don't know.
Something like that.
Anything. We went to the Mixmash party, and we had like, I think we just did one release on Layback Luke's label. We sneaked ourselves into the backstage there, and where all the artists were chilling, and you know, we were approaching all the artists like Anger, Dimas, Dimitri Vegas, like Mike. They had no clue who we were. We were like, hey, how are you doing? It's a long time. I lost your email. You know, I lost your email. We tried that with all the guys, so we went back home afterwards with emails, personal emails, phone numbers and everything, and we had the right tracks laying down. So from that point on, you know, we started approaching them like, hey, listen, we got something really cool. Yeah, we love it. We can maybe we can do something together, or yes, we'd love to play this. And from that kind of like way, that's how it went really fast. Yeah.
It's like you gotta have some balls to do that first of all, but also you have to be humble to do that too, I think.
I've got one more tip for people that's sending in promos. If you send in a promo, don't send a half a track. I mean, a lot of people sending in promos, they be like, it's not finished yet, but take a listen and give me, you know, like, come on. Give us your best song you have, or something that really fits. Or you know, the second time we're gonna check you out, because your name is gonna pop up again, you'll be like, I already checked this guy and it was not good, so I'm not gonna check it again, you know? So the first track you're gonna send to a DJ has to be the track.
So basically, this is what Eminem rapped about. I mean, you have one chance, this is it.
Exactly. Yeah. True.
Fucking hell. So, I mean, what are the odds of making it? Because, I mean, you probably got turned down a couple of times yourselves.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We got turned down a lot of times, but for some reason, really weird, but we got accepted a lot of times as well at the same time. Because when we had like our biggest, how do you say, like our biggest moment in our career, you know, we went from nothing to like a point where we were something. It was really well going in the industry already. Like tracks like Tsunami and Animals got played on the radio. Like Bake Room was really alive, and we were just having that right sound on the right moment. So it was much easier. I remember basically everything we made back then got signed.
Maybe because also you made that sound, you know? I mean, it was big, but you also made it big, I think.
Who knows? I don't know. I think we are really. Maybe we did. I don't see it like that.
We made something, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, of course, at least you contributed to that sound.
Yeah,
so, I mean, of course, you know.
I think so, yeah.
Who did the logo for the label?
That was my idea.
Me?
The ID, but yeah, of course you need a graphic designer who works it out. Yeah.
Oh, great idea. Hey, I'm surrounded by angry people who want us to get out of here, so I have to wrap this up. Where did you get the tattoos? Not in one go, of course.
No,
Yeah. Well, we have one guy in Austin in the Netherlands. It's a really small village in Holland, and you probably never heard of it unless you got lost one time. But he's really amazing, and he is fully booked for a year always, and that's where we started our. Well, actually, I started my first tattoo there, and ever since,
So realistic, it's incredible, really, details, fantastic. Hey, ADE, what are the upcoming plans for you guys? I mean, label's doing great, new song. Are there any collabs and gigs that you can talk about that will come up?
Well, we got one collab coming out with Timmy Trumpet, so that's gonna be really nice.
Fuck, that's cool.
Yeah, that's really cool. For the rest, we have a lot of new demos, promos, things, but we cannot tell. But tonight, people will come tonight, they can hear them. We're gonna play them, so that's cool.
Awesome. Hey, thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.